Alright, what is up everybody? In this video we're checking out every new evolved unit with the JJK update in Anime Last Stand. This is being recorded live, and I'm very tired, so sorry if I'm tired, but thank you Retired Ben, Bajablast, and Guard for showcasing these units here. We're going to be checking out every new evolved unit with the JJK update. So starting off with Yuji, this guy is going to be 425 times 2, so 850 to place. He's doing 2.26 mil or 3.88 seconds. Circle AoE, ground unit. His attack is just a black flash. He is a fire unit. This is with Avatar, Glorious, apparently triple S everything, and then crit skill tree as well. So on placement he has the passives The Vessel. Itodoki has a base crit rate of 35%. If True Curse King is in his range, gain 10% damage and 10% range. Black Flashes will have a base chance of 15% to proc if True Curse King is in range. Black Sparks. Itadori has a 5% chance to perform Black Sparks on his attacks, dealing 250% extra crit damage for each Black Spark missed, increase Black Spark chance by 5%. Once a Black Spark is hit, enter the zone, granting Itadori a 100% Black Spark chance for the next 30 seconds. Once 30 seconds ends, reset Black Spark chance and reset cycle. Play Sukuna for the passive, okay. Cool to see, cool to see. Should be doing more damage and more range now, show a little bit more. And that's the blessing, by the way, on Ben right there. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. But final passive, Soul Punch. Once Itodoki performs 3 Black Sparks on an enemy, perform a Soul Punch, dealing 15% bonus crit damage and draining their current HP by 1% with a cap of 100 billion HP drain. Okay, so pretty strong actually. He's got like a crit centered build, and he does have percent base damage with a cap of 100 build. If we keep upgrading him here, 1.25k, 2.75 Black Spark, Heavy Thrust I think I saw, 17.7 mil over 3.33 now. That's again with Sukuna in range, so he's getting a little bit of a damage increase there. Let's keep going, upgrade 7, 200% Black Sparks today, 124 mil over 4.44, now his damage is climbing. He is pretty cheap so far. Still just stay circle AoE, he has a hybrid unit. 280 mil right now, 125, and okay, Resilient Shrine. Really, does he have a domain? Either way, he's doing 528 mil every 4.44 seconds, no dot effect or anything. He does have his passives for crit stuff, but okay. Resilient Shrine, upon activation, gain 20% range and 15% less SPA. Black Sparks are now guaranteed, and Soul Punches occur. Every Black Spark is set up every 3 for 60 seconds with a 300 second global cooldown. So kind of like a Rage Mode buff thing, if you were to pop that with ability effects on. Want to pop ability? Check that out. Nothing seems to happen. But that sound effect is kind of annoying. That is Yuji. He's doing pretty good. DPS 528 mil over 3.77. Not bad for Avatar Glorious, but I don't know. He's alright. Moving on to, I don't know, somebody. That was Yuta's turn. We got him doing 3.05 mil every 3.7 seconds. He's actually unsellable, so I don't know. I'm looking at Rika, sorry. Hold on. Duo unit. So Curse Shot Final. Costs 2k to place, doing 3.49 mil or 4.31, 46.9 range. Hybrid, circle AoE. And then he on placement has the passive Copycat. Every 60 seconds, Cursed Child copies a random unit in his range of status effect for 30 seconds, cap of 3. Gain a random 25 to 45% damage and 25 to 35% range increase based on the copied unit current damage and range stat. So he has a copying passive on placement. And he has Rika next to him, which is the unsellable one, doing 3.05 mil or 3.7. With Despair and Fear, line AoE hybrid on placement. The Curse Queen. Each attack Roko performs grants 10 Cursed Essence, max of 500. Okay, she hit the 500, and now she has Beam of Love, which is going to deal 400 times her Cursed Child current damage in 10 ticks over 10 seconds, permanently applying better fear to all enemies on the map, and resetting her Cursed Essence meter, and stunning her for a minute. Okay, and then Inseparable Bond. Can't read, sorry. If Cursed Child gets stunned, Roko takes the stun instead and buffs Cursed Child damage by 20% and range by 10% for 25 seconds. So kind of like a support for Yuta, going to buff him when he gets stunned. Every 5 times Cursed Child attacks, Roko performs a follow-up attack doing 25% of his damage, Yuta's damage, and applying hemorrhage and pressure. And then finally, Death Speech. We have every 60 seconds, Roko randomly performs one of the 3 Death Speeches. Speech of Rewind, make all enemies in range walk backward for 10 seconds, 30 second cooldown per enemy. Speech of Stun, stun all enemies in the range for 15 seconds, 40 second cooldown per enemy. And Speech of Death, inflict Extinguish on all enemies in range for 20 seconds. Extinguish being the effect that we saw on Sukuna, if you watched my buff unit video. Just a little bit of like a damage increaser and a chance to auto-execute. So, if you want to upgrade Yuta here, check out Yuta. Moving on from upgrade to 0, he's actually doing Not too bad, especially because he has cripple on placement. This is with glitched knowledge. I'm guessing, okay, yeah, triple S damage and SPA, and then, or sorry, double S damage and SPA, triple S range, crit range, kill tree, no soul. Let's keep going though. He does still have cripple on all these upgrades. Okay, finally new attack on upgrade 6, death speech. Becomes a, maybe a larger circle AoE, can't really tell, I think so. 120 mil or 6.16 seconds. He does now have conquered, which is pretty good. Keep going, keep going. Still same passives and everything. I don't know if his damage is being copied with copycat, if he's getting extra. That might be a kind of an inconsistent value, but Heavenly Ladder, upgrade 10. He now has weakened. He has a huge circle AoE, look at that effect there. Calls down a lightning strike. We max him out. Heavenly Ladder ability actually, deal 5 times Kershaw's current damage and apply bolt based on this multiplier, inflict extinguish on all enemies on the map for 60 seconds. Requirement to use, Roko must have at least 100 cursed essence. Okay. And Pure Love on max upgrade. Upon activation, it gains 50% crit rate, base crit rate, 10% damage, 30% less SPA, random effect, and the unit, this effect lasts for 200 seconds. Okay. A lot to read. He's doing 650 mil there, or 7.4 seconds. Really good. Want to pop ladder? Let's check out the ladder here. This is with just knowledge, by the way, so his damage could be a lot higher. But what did that do? Okay, now has a maximum version. Go 25 times his damage and apply bolt off that multiplier. Inflict extinguish on all enemies on the map permanently. Must use Heavenly Ladder once before this ability becomes available. Requirement to use, Roko must have at least 250, so Roko has 500 right now. Want to pop a full ladder? Oh, by the way, Roko maxed out. I don't know if we saw every upgrade there, but 109 million damage. Every 3.7 maxed out. She does have Fear and Despair through every upgrade. I couldn't really see like VFX on any of these, but they are just kind of strong nukes, I guess. And finally, Pure Love. Let's see Pure Love here on Yuta. So you should just gain a little bit of a buff here. We should see like a crit rate buff, SPA. Yeah, okay. So his crit rate is now 95. And this one does have a very cool effect. Okay, so he has like a little domain there. I guess finally Beam of Love on Rika. This is a very complicated unit, a lot to go over here, but let's see Beam of Love on Rika. Looks like no special animation on that, but that is just a nuke, I guess. So there is Yuta and Rika. Very good unit actually. A lot to go over, but moving on to the next one. Moving on to Judge Sorcerer Execution, Higuruma. Thank you to bajablast for letting me showcase this unit. A little bit of a tragic outcome this time. We have to go with a Scoped 1 showcase, but he does have Glorious, okay? A little bit unfortunate, but on placement he is a ground circle AoE unit costing 800 to place, doing 300k every 6.63 seconds with, of course, no trait, and then Glorious. So, Judge Man, passive. When attacking an enemy, there's a 20% chance to mark them as guilty. Guilty enemies are permanently take 50% more damage from this unit and are inflicted with Extinguish for 10 seconds each time they're hit by the Judge Sorcerer. 20-second cooldown per enemy. Okay, so a lot of units with Extinguish this time around. That is the effect we've seen on, I guess now, Yuta and Sukuna. Energy Aversion. After attacking an enemy 3 times, gain a base critical rate of 30% against that enemy. Do 10% more damage per status effect on the enemy, up to 50% maximum bonus damage. Okay. Whoa, we maxed him out? I don't know if we meant to do that. I think you might have accidentally clicked on it. There we go, okay. Let's see, let's see. Okay, there we go, yeah. 800k, 1.73 mil, 3.29. Okay, Hammer Smash, upgrade 5. New attack. Still just cripple. Nothing new here. It's really hard to see when his damage is like in crazy because he has no trait, but it's not that bad for traitless. Executing Slashes. Upgrade 8, he gains new attack, circle AoE still, hybrid. Still just cripple. Nothing crazy there. If you max him out, Judgment ability. If there are more than 20 guilty enemies in range, enter Executioner mode for the next 60 seconds. Executioner mode gives the unit 10% crit chance, 100% crit damage, 5% less SPA, and grants Extinguish as a guaranteed effect. Also Extinguish this update. Okay. Wanna pop it? Oh, goodbye Ben. Thanks for letting us showcase you, Yuji. But any effects on that? Doesn't look like it. It's kind of hard to get that to show off in an infinite. We can't really get 20 guilty enemies on this normal infinite, but that was Higuruma, and there's a blessing on him. Pretty cool. He's got the Judge Man behind him. Moving on to Kashimo. This guy's going to be mine. He's going to have Avatar and Omnipotent, triple S everything, level 85, no skill tree. So throwing him down here. I believe he's normally light. I don't know why he'd be anything else, but yeah, because I have Omnipotent on him, he's going to be Omnipotent. So, on placement for 1k, doing 841k for 2.98 seconds. He does have the bolt effect on placement, which is pretty good for his low SPA. So he's doing 120% of his damage on top of a 50% extra if you detonate it, if you attack before the 5 seconds run out. He does have passives on placement. Okay, God of Thunder. Koshomi deals 2 times bolt damage instead of 1.2x, so he's already doing more than this right here. Each time bolt is applied to the same enemy. Increase bolt damage dealt by 15%, max of 45%. Search for the strongest. When attacking the strongest enemy in the range, inflict both full and plasma on every attack. Each hit on the same enemy increases damage dealt by 10%, max of 40%. If Koshomi attacks an enemy more than 10 times without killing it, stun the enemy for 5 seconds and move every attack 10 second move cooldown. On every attack. Okay. A lot to read, sorry, I'm kind of getting tired, but... Moving on to his next attack here, we gain Nioi Tempo. 6.06 mil or 2.98 seconds, okay. Still a circle AoE hybrid unit. Lightning Beast beam upgrade 6. He is now a larger circle AoE. That looks like it should be a line or a cone, but whatever. 3.4 mil. I mean, it's not bad yet. If we max him out 300k, Lightning Beast ability. And he's now doing 134 mil over 3.73 seconds. He does have the bolt effect, and of course if he's attacking the strongest thing, he gains bolt and plasma at the same time. And he does have a lot of ways of increasing his damage dealt. But if we were to pop his Lightning Beast ability here, upon activation, gain 60 seconds of 100% crit chance, minus 50% SPA, 25 range, 35% dot damage. After 60 seconds, Koshomi self-destructs, dealing... Whoa! Okay, he blows up, dealing 50 times his current damage and applying bolt based on his multiplier, then sells himself. This unit cannot be replaced for the next minute. Okay. So he has like a self-destructing nuke, and I guess a self-buff before it. Let's just pop it real quick. Okay. 1.86 SPA on a bolt unit that has like 2 times bolt multiplier, so 268 mil would be the bolt number. It shows the wrong one. It's not bad. He's not too bad. I don't know. Kind of mid. I do only have Omnipotent on him, but yeah, okay. Moving on from Koshomi. Yeah, he blew himself up. There's the nuke. I do like his blessing though, it's pretty cool. Moving on to the next part of the showcase video, we have Maki and Geto. These guys took a little bit longer to farm. Thank you to Remorse, PFUZZ, and Alt Can't CC for letting me showcase these people. So we have 2 Makis here. We have one from our Anime World Tower Defense YouTuber GOAT, Remorse. He's got his all-seeing, no enchant Maki. And then we have one with Glitch Glorious to check out. Thank you both Remorse and Alt Can't CC for that. So let's just check them out here. 3.19 mil or 5.56 on placement from the Glitch Glorious one. 500 times 2, so 1k placement cost with Mutilate. And then also she has ground circle AoE weapon inventory. Okay, this is more elaborate than Toji's actually. So every 5 attacks cycle through each of the following weapons in order. Soul Splitter, drain 1% HP, cap of 50 bill. Cloudy Sword, 35% damage, 15% range, and apply cripple. That is not what Toji had. Monster Bone, enhanced dot applied by this unit by 50% on takedown of an enemy. Perform a follow-up attack for 50% of Maka's current damage. Then Heavenly Blade, ignore all elements of disadvantage and deal 50% damage to all elements. So Soul Splitter Toji had before, the Divine Boosted Toji. But these 4 weapons right here, or these 3 weapons right here, Toji did not have. And that is her only passive, okay. But if we keep going here, if we want to upgrade her, let's see, 7.98 mil, 5.56. Check the all-seeing one on the side, you know, might as well. We'll keep going. She's nature, she does have cripple now from, I think, one of her weapons. Yeah. Burden Smash upgrade 6, okay. So far pretty cheap, 170 mil, oh, 127 mil or 6.26. Pretty inconsistent damage because of the weapon cycling, but I'll try and get a good evaluation of her numbers here. Let's see, 255, 25.8. Dude, all seeing's kind of goated right there. Oh yeah, okay, Soul Splitting Smash, there we go. Upgrade at 10. She becomes a... Did her AoE size even change? Oh no, she's still a circle, but... Okay, if we max them out. We got 51.7 mil over 10.8 on the all-seeing one, and 510 mil over 8.34 on the Glitch and Glorious one. Of course, with Mutilate, which is going to do 200% of the unit damage, which actually did get reworked for this update, so pretty interesting there. 200% over 8 seconds for every second enemy is under Mutilate. Increase the damage taken from this effect to reduce enemy health regen by 95%. So there's a Mutilate rework. Those are the 2 Makis we have. Thank you, Remorse, and Alt Can't CC again. Moving on. Geto's turn. I'm very excited for this guy. So, Evolved Geto is Konjoku Thief. We have an Avatar Glorious one, looking pretty good, 7.81 mil or 3.5 seconds. Thank you, PFUZZ, for letting me showcase this guy. He does have pressure on placement. He's a ground circle AoE unit. He costs us 5k to place apparently, 2.5k times 2. And he has a very lengthy passive. Okay, I'm going to try my best to read this off no sleep and a 7-hour live stream. Spirit Summoning. Each enemy killed by this unit has a 20% chance to be revived as a spirit. Each revived spirit has a 25% chance to become one of the following summoned. Summon 1. Deal 5 times this unit's current damage, plus 5% of the enemy's max HP. On contact. Stuns for 5 seconds and applies cripple. Summon 2. Deals 10 times this unit's current damage, plus 5% of the enemy's max HP on contact. Forces enemies to walk backward for 5 seconds. Summon 3. Deal 15 times the unit's current damage, plus 10% of the enemy's max HP. On contact, it drains 10% of enemy's current HP, cap of 100 billion HP drain. Summon 4. Deal 20 times this unit's current damage, plus 15% of the enemy's max HP. On contact, applies bleed and hemorrhage. Okay, read the full thing. Just kind of like a different, kind of scaling up version of a summoning passive. If you look back at the back of the map, hold on. 20% chance to be revived as a spirit, and then a 25% chance for that to become a summon. But none of them are becoming summons. I don't know, do we have like a different guy killing stuff maybe? Doesn't look like it. Either way, those are his effects right there. Let's keep going with Ghetto. He does have pressure still. Moving on, upgrade 4, he gains Worm Assault. Let's see what they did here. Not a line AoE. Does it come out of the ground? Nope, they definitely should have made him a line AoE. I don't know what's up with that. I feel like, okay, whatever. A lot of units this time around are just circle only, but okay. 63.4. Moving on. Looking pretty good on the damage front. Is his summon passive working yet? Nope, nothing to be found back there. Uzumaki, upgrade 8. It is an ability. Deal 10 billion damage multiplied by the number of summons currently on the map up to a maximum of 500 bill. That's actually pretty good, especially if it counts for other summoning units. On activation, all summons on the map are instantly deleted. Okay, maybe that's not so good. But, you want to pop it? We don't have any summons on the map to try it out because I think he's bugged, but, animation of it was... I don't think there was anything, unless it happened when I turned around. I don't know. Either way, 190k. Let's keep going. Really good damage. Uzumaki maximum. On activation, deal 50 billion damage times the number of summons currently on the map, cap of 50. The number of times the Uzumaki ability has been used, cap of 5. All summons on the map are instantly destroyed, killing the strongest enemy on the map, and summon a massive unit with 1000 times this unit's current damage. Requirement, must use the normal Uzumaki ability at least once, and deal a total of 500 billion damage with it. Wanna pop? Let's see. Does it have a special effect? It does not, okay, kind of disappointing. But final upgrade, he gains Body Thief. This is Konjoku. Upon activation, select a unit on the map and take control of it. This unit replaces the selected unit, adding its current damage to Konjoku up to a maximum of 300 million? I think? Is that 300 mil? I think so. The overtaken unit's passive status effects, abilities, SPA, and range are completely overwritten with Konjoku's. That's okay. I think that's kind of a situational passive to have. That's an okay one. Overall, as a summoning units aren't too meta, especially when they're kind of bugged, but ever since that change where one summon can only kill one enemy, not too viable anymore. His nukes are pretty strong though. Overall, pretty good unit, pretty good DPS. Thank you to PFUZZ, Alt, CC, Remorse, and everybody mentioned in the previous half of this video for letting me showcase their stuff. This was recorded live, but I'll probably be ending stream soon. Sorry if I sound tired now. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think some of these units are very cool and very fun. I don't know if it warranted how long the wait time was, but anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one, and have a great day.